We had someone on and we were talking about those kind of things, like those kind of, what is it called? Like sayings, or it's not saying though.
It's almost like passive aggressiveness a little bit.
Yeah.
Was I just being passive aggressive?
No.
What's the other one?
There's another word.
Bless them.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of like.
condescending.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of saying, fuck off, but in a nice way.
No, I was being genuine. But
I know you were, but I like when people say that.
yeah, I'll use that in a very condescending manner next time. Just love that for you.
Yeah.
Love it.
If you do those eyes, that'll help.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
She's good at those.
What did you give her? What was that? What is that?
Prosecco.
How's
Now you
your-
want some, huh?
No.
how's
okay.
is that
No.
an Irish coffee? Is there
what
some
is it?
bourbon? Bourbon.
No.
He doesn't drink.
This is cold brew.
Oh,
I drink a little bit.
I don't. This is great. I don't drink
It's
often,
great, huh?
but it's great.
It's great by itself. We don't have orange juice, so sorry about that.
God, Mike.
I want to know. Hold on.
It's an eyedropper, just
Just that's what my girlfriend likes. Just a splash.
just a little color. That's all.
Yeah, she does that a lot. So last time you were on, what tattoos did you have? Did you have any?
I had this one.
The one with the flower.
Holmes a hand with a flower.
So how many have you gotten since?
This one. This one.
2,
This
3.
one. This whole arm. Yeah. Inside too.
Is that a
Wow.
Disney princess?
In the back.
Jeez.
It's a pinup girl shaving.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see the guy below.
Yeah.
Next stage is color, huh?
Well, the next stage is I'm gonna fill in the gaps with a little bit more outlines, and then it's gonna be a coloring book that just comes to life. My daughter loves to color my arm, as well as people.
So you'll leave it outlined so she can color your arm?
Yeah, she's like, please don't ever get it colored in. I love coloring your arm. It's like a coloring book.
No way.
Yeah. But honestly, ink is therapy at this point, and being a creative person, I'm a very visual person, so it got like immediate change on me, and I could pour, like, these have meanings to me, and I got to pour emotion into drawing it out and then giving it to the tattoo artist. I'm like, I want this.
You drew those?
Wow.
I drew ideas, not specifically these. They're way more talented.
Yeah.
So, but I am getting requests to draw tattoos for people now.
No way.
Yeah.
You're just getting a whole nother line of work, huh?
I love it. I think it almost becomes armor for some people. It tells a story, and it's just a way that I can, it's going to be forever, So that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But my parents don't know I got any of these.
Are you kidding?
I haven't seen them in 2 years.
Oh, yeah. They don't live around here, right?
So they called me a couple weeks ago, and they're like, we want to visit. I'm like, oh, crap.
How has that not gotten out yet?
I haven't seen them in 2 years, so.
You don't talk to them often?
No, not
Okay.
very often, yeah.
Are they against tattoos?
They are in their early 70s,
Yeah.
so they just grew up in a different time.
My brother is pretty tatted. He's got almost a sleeve,
Uh-huh.
and my dad hates it.
Really?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's like, if this is the worst thing that he's doing, though, come on.
Luckily, my parents love me for who I am as a person,
Yeah.
so I can just wear long sleeves and we'll get past it, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, it's just a weekend maybe.
I do want a throat tattoo. Like, I'm going to get my legs done. I'm going to get my throat done.
Your
Oh,
throat,
Damn.
your chest and all that stuff too?
Yeah.
The whole body.
As I go through things in life, I'll just keep adding.
I like the chest ones, like right between. I'm like, with tattoos, they grow on me, I think. Some of them. I like the thigh ones, like the big, crazy thigh ones. But the chest ones are getting good. And as a man, the throat one looks pretty cool with a collared shirt, you're dressing up. Without a beard, of course, because
You
it
need to get
covered
one.
it.
Right?
Yeah, my first one, an eagle throat tattoo.
I would love that for you.
Yeah.
She did it.
Which one hurt the most? I
I
saw you got one on your hand too. Hand ones are pretty cool too.
I think you've had that
this
hand once.
sucked like right here.
Close to the bone.
Honestly, probably just. I mean, I haven't gotten the shading yet. I'm kind of. This kind of sucked. But honestly, this part right here,
On your
I
shoulder?
was not anticipating that. That sucked.
Yeah, that's a thick piece of skin. You think that'd be
I don't know.
prime for tattoos.
But my worst one is one that's like directly over my kidney. That was do not get scar tissue tattooed.
No?
No.
That bug is pretty cool. What is that bug?
The bug.
That bug is like really...
Is it a real bug or is it...
It's really like clean.
It's a bee.
Is it a bee?
It's a bee. Well, it's not colored in, so it don't look like a bee. But
Yeah. You're not going to do color. You're not a color type person, right?
my whole right arm is going to be color
Yeah,
eventually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going to let your daughter color then.
Tattoos also cost a lot, so I think I'm just like, I'm not a color person right now.
Yeah. Financially, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just not at that point in my life where I feel like I need color.
Yeah.
If I had money to blow, I'd be pretty tatted up. I love tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm obligated to get tattoos of my kids because I have one of my daughter. And I never thought that I'd have more kids. So I have more kids. So I don't want them growing up and them like, well, why do you have a tattoo of Tyler, but you don't have a tattoo of me?
You could get Beano.
Yeah,
Just
Bino's gonna be the whole.
That's
thing.
the whole back. They have a little one for the girl.
Yeah,
like somewhere.
My son is my favorite kid. Yeah, just letting you know.
So does he know that?
Everybody
Your other kids? Oh, okay.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, so it's out in the open, especially now.
It's a play thing, but there's a little bit. I think every parents have favorite kids.
I do. Yeah.
You're affecting somebody.
What do you mean? My daughter?
What is say some of the stuff you say in public?
So we'll be having dinner and I'm looking at Lino and he's like fussing a little bit. I'm like, you're my favorite kid here. Why are you doing this? I love you so much. I love you way more than anybody else.
And the extravagant is like,
and I'll be like, if everyone else was not here, I would only want you to be alive with me. Like stuff like that.
Got dark
the whole world
quick.
could end.
Yeah, the whole world could end, but as long as I have you, I'm good.
And your other kids hear this?
Whisper at the table, and they hear it so much that they're like this.
Yeah, but it's like joking. Like everyone knows I'm joking.
He jokes all the time.
Yeah,
so
I want my kids. Like I want them to know that.
I love Bino.
Yeah, I want them to know that I love my son more. No, I want them to know that the world doesn't give a shit about their feelings. I want them to realize that in our household, everyone loves you in our household. But when you go out in the world, no one genuinely really Of course, you're going to have friends and family.
Right.
But
you're going to have specific people that care.
Yeah,
right?
but no one cares about you. And so maybe it's a little much to raise them in. But
it also lets them grow up with a sense of humor.
Yeah. No, we definitely have a sense of humor. All my kids, my daughter, Candace, she's funny. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
would you say she's the funniest?
Yeah, she's pretty good. My daughter, my daughter Tyler's pretty good too. When they get together, they're
maybe you should pick out a favorite, a funniest, the
give them
weirdest.
give them give them
let
titles.
them have their own title. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Let them own
trophies.
it.
Yeah,
like it's the quality of them, right? Like embrace that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're all different. How many kids do you have? One.
I have one,
yeah.
And then I raised Callie since she was 2 till 9. So but I come from a really big family, and it's just me and my daughter most of our life. So I actually had a thought yesterday. She had she's 12, she's in 6th grade, and where we live and go to school, you go from elementary immediately into junior high, and that was a really big transition. And we grew up together. I had her at 19, so I was figuring out life at the same time of trying to figure out how to be a freaking parent. And I had a moment yesterday morning that I was like, you know what? I didn't fuck you up. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Like she's just genuine, and she is unapologetically herself, which is all I can ask for. So
she's really pretty too.
Thank you.
You have a problem on your hands.
I do.
Already?
No. Well, yes.
What's she doing now? She's at the age where she should be being pretty bad right now, right?
God damn.
She is.
How old is she?
I was a fucking asshole at 12. I'm just.
Yeah, that's the age where you don't want a girl.
Why?
Anymore,
Why
right?
is that? Why is it? I think girls are more. I don't know.
Girls have a lot of emotions that we don't know how to navigate.
Yeah.
But girls also get attention from boys at that age. So you just think that you're the shit, and you can't. Nobody can tell you nothing. So but honestly, the only problem I've really had with her is school drama. Like I've seen the school counselor more times than I care to really be involved in.
From other kids though?
From other kids. Like it's just, she'll walk up. Someone just recently, someone was like, oh, there's a rumor going around that someone wanted to beat her ass. And she'll walk up to him like, hey, we're friends. Why do you want to do that? Like, let's talk about this. And I'll turn around and walk away. And she's like, it just fucking pisses me off. And I'm like, okay, we're going to reel in our emotion and we're going to process this. And then but she's always wanting to do the right thing, So I just have a good kid. She's good right now. I think in a year we'll revisit.
I'll punch her.
I feel like that's the right way to approach drama in school. You just go up to that person and ask, hey, what's going on?
And they wouldn't resolve it. So she went to the student center and she was like, look, this is the issue. There's a rumor going around that they want to beat me up. Now, because I confronted them, there's a rumor going around that I want to beat them up. And I talked to the school counselor and they were just like, 6th grade girls are the worst. And I'm like, oh, this was not good, but it was not that bad. And I was like, I promise you I was worse. And he said, no, that like every day there's a fight, there's something going on. They're just so exposed to so much at such a young age that they absorb it all and they feel like they have to be a part of everything that's going on. And they only have, for a 12-year-old, you only have your perspective. Like your friends are your world, right? You have school, you have sports if you're in sports, and your friends, and that's it. And, your parents don't know a damn thing because they've never been 12. So I think it's just she taught me how to listen to her. I'm lucky to have mentors in my life where the best advice I got is just give your kids 30 minutes a day where you just listen to them. Let them put everything out on the table and do not overreact. Whatever it is, don't overreact. And that helped us get through the tough times for sure.
What was your hardest moment of like not overreacting?
I definitely overreacted though. So, but this is truth. That same girl that was causing all the drama, who was just her friend 2 weeks prior, texted her something really messed up. And my daughter had a corn on the cob in her hand and she just crushed it.
Oh no.
And because she was so angry, and I saw how physically distraught she was and like her world, and I could see her spiraling into her first panic attack. And I just screamed at her like the demon came out in me, give me your phone. Like, because I just wanted to take it from her. I just wanted to protect her. And she collapsed on the floor. And anyway, I definitely overreacted, screaming at her, take the phone. But you see your kids go through stuff that you can't prevent, and that you've been there and you've done that. And so, and then she calmed down, grabbed her phone. She's like, I'm going to block her and I'm going to delete this text thread because I never want to see this again.
That's the most powerful thing you can do is not react.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
It is so hard.
You wanted the phone though. Or you gotta.
I just wanted to
okay, get it away from her.
I just wanted to throw it, honestly.
I thought you could
you little bitch. You little fucking bitch.
All right, listen, you.
Tell your mom to meet me here.
Yeah.
I like to tell my daughter that she's full of drama too. Not necessarily her, but I'm sure some of it's her, but she'll come home. One day it's like sad, happy, and then the next day it's, there's just a roller coaster. Yeah. And I like to tell her, in 10 years, you're not going to know any of these damn people. You're not going to remember them. There's like 3 people that I talked to from high school. The rest of them I don't know. Yeah. And I try to instill that in, like, these people aren't going to fucking matter.
What's that saying? If it's not going to matter 5 months from now, why spend more than 5 minutes on it? Something like that.
You got all those, don't you?
She pulls out a Rolodex.
No, it's not one of her tattoos.
They call it.
Which one is
they
it?
have a word for it. One of the girls that works with us now, she calls it Meganese.
Meganese.
It's like my own language, like Meganese.
You should write all this stuff down and write a book. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah, I do. I have been thinking about wanting to write a book one day.
Really?
Yeah. As I get comfortable to share my story with people.
You write anyway, right?
I used to. I honestly just I need to get back into it. Yeah.
I was watching trash garbage TV pretty much.
Porn?
Yeah, porn. Like
is that trash garbage? Didn't get the memo.
That's good stuff. It's like reality TV. I don't know if y'all have seen she's like Are You the One? Like those where they date and they see there's like one person for you in the house and you have to pick that person. And if everybody picks the right person, then they get $1 million or whatever. But I started noticing all walks of life, they're all from different states, but they all are very reactive. And it could be TV too, but it's all the same stuff. Like we're getting like programmed through like social media and then also other trash TV. But even, you know, like country white girls, they're like the clapping and like, you know, like little shit happens. Like, I'm going to, you know, beat your ass. And then I wonder if that goes into like, that's how kids act too at school. Like if something happens, you're like, okay, you know, you want to do that. And it's not like thought out.
From someone who used to be a teenage girl, that I watched trash TV growing up, and that totally resonates.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would be like, oh, Tiffany act like that on the real world, so I'm going to act like that, you know?
Yeah.
So she was a bad bitch.
Yeah. You want to act like that.
You take on the identity of them, I think, you know?
Yeah. The pieces that you want.
Yeah. Huh? I like trash TV sometimes.
Dude, there's a time and a place. Sometimes I just want to get home and I don't want to watch anything
helps
serious.
You disconnect. You know, it's like disassociating from real life for a second or for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
You know, it's
4 hours.
Yeah. Are you still watching? Yes, bitch, I'm still watching.
Why does it ask that?
Right.
Sometimes it saves your ass, though.
Netflix is judging me again. Oh, I don't have self-control. I'm like.
No, but have you ever fell asleep and then missed 5 episodes? You don't know where you stopped?
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's where the point of it, but.
Oh, so it's not to judge us. Good to know.
That's those. I've been taking the psychology class, and it's like the 2 lenses or whatever, where like if someone's laughing from afar, one person would think, oh, they're having a good time. I bet you they're fun people. And the other person's like, what the fuck are they? They're laughing at me. I'm going to block them out of my life and start being mean to them. So I started taking this class, and it's funny. A lot of people think of things negatively. You know, maybe if you look at him too long during this podcast, I'm like, well, what the fuck's going on there? Or I could just say, oh, he asked the question, so you're answering his question.
Perspective.
It's perspective.
Yeah. I like that.
I think that's a big problem we have right now.
You.
No,
Genuinely
no eye things too. I think you mean it.
I do.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Do you have eyelashes on?
I do not.
You
I
don't?
stopped wearing them, hoes.
Wow.
Good. The real you.
Yeah.
The most
No,
authentic.
it's a lot of makeup. But
Dude, everybody wears eyelashes now.
Yeah.
Even me. Check it out.
I love that for you.
I can tell that's a fake one.
That was real sarcastic.
So last time we had you on, talk about the barbershop, which we're going to get into too, but so very late in the podcast, but what are you doing nowadays? What's it like at the barbershop?
It is busy. And not just busy for the sake of being busy. It is, I get to go to work with my friends and family every day, which is all I ever wanted. But we are building an empire. So actually what we're working on is, this time next year, I will have a barber school.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't tell you all that before we sat down, but.
Last time we were talking, you wanted to concentrate more on the business and get out from behind the chair. Have you been able to successfully do that?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Just too much work or what?
I have girls that are the most amazing people I've ever worked with. It's very unique that you find a group of people, especially all women, who get along so well and support each other and empower each other. And, you know, I could if I wanted to. I just don't. So I did step down for a little bit, but my investor at the time did not agree with the moves I was making, and it was supposed to be a silent investment. And unfortunately, I did see the point now that she had, but, you know, I had good intentions, and I wish I would have saw it through because I was going to take it down another path. But the path that we are currently on, I have way more opportunities now than I would have had if we would have stayed in a partnership together. And about a year ago, 2 years ago, someone told me, this is Meganese, someone told me that
I gotta hear this.
In order for you to gain such a magnitude of success or to gain anything of value into your life, you have to let go of something of equal value.
Say it one more time.
In order for you to gain something of magnitude into your life, of success, of whatever it is, of something that you're really going after, you have to lose something of equal value in your life to make space for it. And when I stepped down from my chair, she presented me with a buyout. And she told me I needed to buy her out within 30 days or I was going to lose my business.
No way.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about this. I heard that you're moving to another place. Is this what this is about?
So you've heard that, huh?
I heard, yeah, but I know people you know. Not people that are against you, people for you.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know anyone who's against me, really.
Except for that one, huh?
And honestly, I think that this was not what she signed up for. She didn't expect us to be as busy as she wanted us to be busy, but she didn't think that she was going to be as involved as she was. And that it just wasn't for her, which is fair.
Yeah.
And
that's fine.
I am very thankful for the amount of people who showed up for me during that time because it was really dark. I thought I was going to lose everything. And the girls, I'm sure, were terrified, and I shared way too much information. But what you see, I'm not going to hide my emotion. I'm not good at it, so I'm not going to do it because how is that fair to me, So they saw all parts of all the emotions I was going through. I was like empowering myself. I'm like, so I found this place for y'all to go work at, and I'm going to go work out of my house. And, it was just a lot of uncertainty that was going on. And I was very raw and open with everyone. And clients knew what was going on. And I'm not ever going to shy away from the truth, because if you don't face the truth, you're not going to get through it, And one of my longtime clients, he has been wanting to invest for a long time. And he said, I got you. And I even called him up one day and I was like, I can't do this. I think I should just be a mom. I've been chasing my career. I put my career before everything. And I think I should just be a mom. He goes, well, I respect your decision of why you want to do that. That's not you. And he's like, but, I respect you. If that's what you want to do, we can always start again later, if you decide you do want to go back. And but lo and behold, we're opening a school now, and we're opening an empire for sure.
So what does that really mean? So are you out, when are you going to be out of your current location?
So I don't know.
Yeah, help me understand, because I don't know the background.
My lease is up in December. So I bought the business, but I didn't buy the building.
What?
So you own the name, though.
You bought out of just your name in the business, but not the actual location.
I did not buy the building. She wanted more for the building than it was appraised for. So
well, that's what everybody's doing right now.
It is, but it was not a smart financial decision because we have already grown out of the building.
Did y'all really? I was thinking y'all would eventually.
We grew out of it as soon as COVID was over. Well, not over, but as soon as we opened back up, we already grew out of it. I'm very fortunate to have done that, but our lease is up in December, and I think it's buying me enough time to really just learn how to do this smart and how to do it in a way that I can build everyone around me and get them prepared for their next phase. So my goal is to ultimately, what the empire means is my goal is to give everyone a career field where they can be involved with the community, where they can connect and make these relationships with people, and there's no ceiling over their head. What it means for the community is that they're going to have their personal barber that becomes part of their family and will experience life with them and be there for them and create a vibe and, a place where they can go and unwind and, give back to themselves, whatever it looks like. I think each barber offers something different. That's what's so great about what we offer now. Everyone goes to someone for some other reason. And so my goal is to have private barber suites and So I'm opening a school.
So is the school still going to be a business, or is it strictly a school where you teach people how to become a barber?
It's a barber school. So, I mean, it's strictly a school, but I'm teaching them how to be. So our vision statement is just about being a better version of yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Just because we all experience life on a whole different level. I'm a true believer that we are all the same entity, but we are all living a different experience. So taking that in consideration, what my why may be different than your why.
Yeah.
If I'm working to be a leader in the community, or I'm working to provide for my family, like we're all working for a lifestyle. What does your lifestyle look like? And what are you working for? Because if you're just working just to bring in money, that's not enough. That's not going to take you where you want to go. If you want to live a luxury lifestyle, well, you have to have this many clients and put in this many hours in order to provide yourself with that. It's not just going to come to you. But if those tangible things are actually not important to you, then let's peel that away, because that's what, media has told you, that you needed the luxury lifestyle that you don't actually need. And, everyone lends its right perspective. Mm-hmm. So I just want to give people an opportunity to use this career field to provide a life for themselves that they've always wanted. It's done that for me. So
let me try to figure out this transition. So if you were to have to be out in December,
excuse me.
would you transition to the school and all of your barbers become teachers? Or where does the business go? Does the business happen first and then the school, or does the school happen first?
Everyone has something that they're good at. So the barber shop will stay there. They'll continue to work in the barber shop. There's some girls that are on track to be their own boss, and they'll transition to a room. So it'll all be under one roof. It'll be barber school, barber shop,
okay.
Barber suites.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah, and so my goal is when they go through the school, when they come out, during the school, they'll be an apprentice on the cutting floor as well, where, you do all the dirty work, the receptionist the back side of the receptionist stuff, because the receptionist has a whole nother role that's super important. And then when they graduate, they will, if they're part-time, they'll be hourly. If they're full-time, they'll be commission. And I'll just work with them on finding out who they are. Like when we do meetings, we do gratitude and growth. Like gratitude and growth is the circle around our meetings, being thankful for what we've gone through and, okay, where do we want to go? It's not just finding the problems, it's finding the solution, right? So just hone in on who they are as people, but also everything that makes a good barber: cleanliness, consistency, communication, just those things. And then they build a clientele. When they build a clientele and that you have something that is different than everyone else, you're booked 2, 3, 4 weeks out in advance. When you get to that level, you can be your own boss. You have enough clientele to sustain and to build a reputation for yourself. And then I'll transition them into a private suite.
Wow. Have you decided on a location or an area? Maybe not exact location.
Property.
Yeah? Can you say where that's at or no?
We're having to pry this stuff out.
I know,
of her.
yeah. Is it in
Brazoria? It's going to come
Brazoria?
back and bite me in the ass.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, but I want you to. Is it still in Brazoria County?
It is.
Okay.
What does it rhyme with?
That shit was good.
Because I was burned so bad, I'm just worried that not everyone has my best interest. So if it comes to December and I'm not able to get out of the building, I don't want it to bite me in the ass. And I can't get out of the building,
Besides it being more work than they expected, is there other stuff that...
Repeat that one more time.
Besides it being more work than was expected, it seems like there's more to it.
Wait, was it just
You could say pass.
I almost can I read between the lines what you were saying? I think the investor wanted
let me drink.
Knew that this is me, tell me to shut the hell up. But I think they saw talent in you, and there was a lot of people going to your shop because of you in particular. And I don't think
they not my old investor.
No, not the old one.
I think that they had money that they came across, and they needed an investment, and they've been told a barbershop was a good investment, and they didn't see value into what my end goal.
Did they want to control it too much too?
Yeah.
They just had ideas that would sabotage what I was actually trying to create. Like, they just wouldn't take in consideration my experience.
Yeah.
And it's almost like playing chess. You have to make the right moves in order. You have to be 5 steps ahead, right? So it was just getting really bad advice, and it just wasn't good communication. But also there was things on my end that I was so heavily behind my chair that my hands couldn't be in everything. And there was things that were slipping through the cracks, and it was just very stressful. And so when things would go through the cracks, they were like, well, you are killing this business. And I'm like, well, I'm actually not, because I'm bringing in a lot of money into the business, and I'm paying myself like an employee. I'm not paying myself like anyways. It was just, now the people who have invested in me, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for my old investors. I would not be where I am without them. I am so thankful. But I think that it's just like, I'm going to backtrack a little bit just to keep it where everyone can understand. There's a certain level of parenting that you get that it's meant to go with you through a certain point of your life, and then it no longer serves you. Where the parenting that you receive no longer. So it's same thing with this partnership. It meant to take me to this point, and then it wasn't going to take me any further. So now the people that have invested in me, they have been customers of mine. My old investors were never customers of mine. They've been in customers of mine every single week for like 6 years. Like, like they've seen everything, and we became friends. We became family, and they believe in me. It's me. They're totally invested in me. They're not invested in the business. And so that allows me to be able to have a voice for myself and where I want to go. And like, there's just like, they are so refreshing compared to what my last experience. Not that it was terrible by any means. I am so thankful, but it didn't serve its purpose anymore. Like, we got to a point, she got what she wanted out of it, I got what I wanted out of it. Now like, there's no ceiling over my head anymore.
Yeah. It's a
great feeling.
That's what I think it needs to be. Like, when you do an initial investment like that, they get what they need.
Right.
And then it's not a forever thing normally, I don't think. And now you've built up enough capital to kind of own it. Well, eventually you will.
They also needed the money from the shop, where my new investors don't need the money. They're in it because they're in it.
Because they believe in you. Right.
They believe in what I'm going after. They're not just me as a person, because I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes and, all of that. But they're human too, and they allow me to see their human side. And honestly, the communication is healthy. It's just really, I feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, in any relationship that you have with people, as long as you feel safe, you feel like you just, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. So.
And I'm seeing your vision of what you want, like the school, and like, it's almost like community, not necessarily.
I'll show you pictures.
Okay. Not necessarily like a church, but like y'all are all kind of, it's a tight knit community. But I can see y'all doing more, like the school, the barbershop, and maybe even like spa type stuff. Like,
so when a barber goes to their own room, they can do any services that they want. I want them to have the freedom to be their own person. just because you learn the county seat way doesn't mean it's the only way. I just wanted it as a foundation of morals and values to take to do what you want to do. You know, this is the basics. Like, being a barber is basic. It's the fundamentals of our industry. So where they want to go, you know, like personally, I want to learn how to do hair follicle tattooing. You know, I think that would be something. I just want to learn different things that I've never, because technology has developed so much. When I got my barber's license, I was 16 years old and a white female. There was not a whole lot of opportunities for me. And I just want them to have endless opportunities, whatever it looks like for them, whatever they want to do. But also people who never imagined being a barber before. Like, yes, there is a certain talent that you have to have in having like a visual eye and, you know, things like that. But also, I got by in like the first 10 years of my career just by being very polite, very accommodating, very consistent.
Being a likable person.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, got me through a lot of bad haircuts.
I feel like you're off a leash now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can see the way, like, you're talking and these positive vibes. It's like there's not a leash on you when you're talking about this new place. It's pretty refreshing.
Not in this avenue. I think I'm still learning layers of myself and healing those layers. But I think everyone does that in their life. It's just being mindful about it. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm like envisioning this, like breaking the mold of a business where like you go in, there's like a common area in the middle, and like, and all the businesses have like a glass kind of, I don't know, a glass kind of thing. So there's like, you can go there and get tattoos and piercings. There's pool tables, bar, like
stripper pole,
you know, smoke in the air. It's
pole. He had me at stripper pole.
But you just go there and you get everything. You get, you know, clothes there or whatever. It's like just this hub where you can hang out or get your hair cut, get a tattoo.
I think it'd be cool for another location to have it just rooms and then like a adult arcade.
Adult arcade. There you go.
What does that mean? What is adult arcade?
It's kind of like the cider-aid, like a drinking type arcade, like for adults. But
like a cigar lounge vibe, though.
Cigar, you know, that whole thing, because you can
very chill.
You can make a hangout. You don't have to like.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be hype all the time. It can just be chill and like whatever you want it to be. Sometimes in the barbershop it is real hype and it is a great vibe. Friday mornings are lit.
Really?
I'm just saying, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Like the glass, so like the common area and everything's glass. So you're getting your hair cut, you can see out into the common area where people are playing games or at the bar or, oh my gosh.
This is a visual. So this is the front door. These are all glass. There's 7 barber stations right here, and then these are the barber suites.
That place looks cool.
You made that?
We designed it.
You what now?
We designed it. It's like a part of our vision.
Oh, that's not real.
It's it's a
simulation type thing.
What do they call it? Simulation? Is that what we're in?
It's a drawing, huh?
Don't scare me.
Is that AutoCAD?
It's what do they call it? A render?
A render?
A renderance or something?
Metaverse?
Dude, I have this vision.
Technology is sick, y'all.
This freaking smoky bar, little like you go in, everybody's getting something done.
There's so much smoke today.
Everybody's getting it's her vibe. It's the barbershop, kind of cigars. You know, you got
everyone's coughing,
a little bit of triple barrel of whiskey. You know, just
distillery,
family
so
shit.
We're
boot shining.
It to outdoors.
What?
We're extending it to our outdoors. Have you heard of the beer wagon?
Where's it at?
Everywhere.
Oh,
it's movable. It's portable.
No, I guess not.
We're buying the beer wagon.
Damn.
It's a 1948 F4. Which is that was weird.
That was mine.
I thought that was me.
That was mine.
We're all having problems right now.
A lot of coffee.
This is very geriatric of us.
What the fuck?
Geriatric. That was good.
That's good. She has all the words.
Speaking of geriatric, I just want to bring this up. Your highlights, you did such a good job on your highlights. Your roots didn't grow back.
You really
talking about the gray in your beard?
Oh, you fucker. Jeez.
You did great. You did highlight?
No, she's being an asshole.
You did, didn't you?
I have gray too. It's
She's being
fine.
an asshole.
You know what
You
it means?
son of a bitch.
Wisdom.
She's not supposed to be
Experience.
an asshole. She's
You
supposed
really
to be
did
nice.
color your beard?
No.
That's barbershop banter.
You really think I dyed my beard?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was
He
being
thinks
a
now.
smartass.
Now I really think you did.
He thinks so.
Highlights the gray in his beard.
I'm dealing with it. It's actually better.
Embrace it.
It's
I
actually
love it.
better because I had a few strands here and there and it looked kind of weird, but now it's like everywhere. So it's
John, did you read his
a little
body
better.
language when I brought up his gray hair? He poured more champagne.
Yeah. He's very
finish
subconscious.
yours,
Yeah.
rookie.
Okay.
Anyways. Mm-mm.
I think the
You know, she's like digitally. Well, give me that glass.
Oh.
I think the gray
I'll
looks
be a
really
gentleman
good. For once.
for once.
For once in your damn
I love
life.
it here.
So last time you were talking about The Secret a whole lot. Is that still your vibe?
I think it's expanded more than that.
Let's get into that.
Okay. What do you want to know?
What's your mantra these days? Damn, my fucking pillow got all out of whack.
There's fucking pillows, dude.
Maybe I should just move this. There
My
we go.
mantra.
Yeah, like you were digging The Secret, which is basically whatever you manifest comes to you. Is that still? Have you seen good results with that still? Well, I mean, what we're talking about, it seems like you're having a lot of success, but
I literally
uh-oh.
I get emotional. You know, when things are happening to you, I'm sure you all have things that you can relate to in your own life through your own lens, as you said, yes. When I was going through everything I went through last year, like as soon as the podcast was over, it made me anxious to come back. So like my world fell apart after
From the
last
podcast?
No, not
Okay.
from the podcast.
Directly.
Okay.
Just immediately following after. It really did. And we think that the world is ending and this is it. And, you know, like traumatic things happen to us, but it propels us into a whole new world for ourselves. New characters get introduced to us, and you know, you are having to do shadow work. Do you know what shadow work is? Where you're looking at old parts of yourself that just old emotions that no longer serve you. I think is my new mantra. I will get triggered by things, and you know, I'll think someone's lying to me, and I'll, you know, lose my shit for a few minutes because old relationships I had was based on lies after lie after lie, and I just poured all my faith into these people or person. And, you know, when I went through all that last year, this year is like the opposite, and it's everything I've ever wanted. And you have to be careful. Like, have you ever seen any genie movie where it's like when you ask for, like it's like, this is not what I asked for, but it is what you asked for because you have to lose equal value to gain the success, right? Like, I'm so grateful and fortunate to have mentors in my life who sit in my barber chair, and I just absorb everything that they tell me. You know, the listening back to my podcast, I was like, damn, bitch, shut the fuck up. You rant. It's caused me to listen more, be more intentional, being intent with your word, you know, because words are freaking powerful. They're really powerful.
It sounds like that book.
What book?
Which one?
The four agreements.
The four agreements.
Yeah, that's, I'm hearing some of that book coming out.
Yeah.
Read that recently?
Within the last year.
Yeah.
I think it's a book that I have to revisit. I think everyone should
It's
revisit
a small, powerful little book.
Yeah. And if you just keep it simple to those four things, not that I remember all four things on the spot. I'm exposing myself here. But
I don't remember them either. I know it's the word is
intent.
one of them.
Yeah.
Be intentional with the word.
You know, and that comes into manifesting. It really does. Just an example, you say, you know, I'm not good. When we were talking earlier, he's a visual person. You're like, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Right? But be like, I am good at that. Right? And you start believing in that, you manifest it.
Absolutely.
You know, I think it's whatever you tell yourself. Like, if you just keep it simple. I wake up today and I'm like, fuck, today's going to be a bad day. Today's going to suck. Today, oh God, I have to cut so-and-so's hair he's such a downer, you know, or, I'm going to be late for this podcast. Like, oh shit, I got to still pick up groceries at this time. How am I going to get my daughter from school? Ugh, you know, whatever. But it's like, hey, I got so-and-so haircut at this time. He's usually a little late and this and that and a little bit pain in my ass, but we're going to have fun with it today. Or I know I'm going to be late for this podcast, so I'm going to set an alarm and I'm going to be intentional about getting there 5 minutes before. Or, you know, I can't pick up groceries, so I'm going to ask. Asking for help is something new to me. So I'm going to ask someone to pick this up, or, you know, just different things. I'm ranting again. I think it's just reprogramming your mind and then how it comes out of your mouth. You know, it's like if I stand up in the mirror today, I obviously have been gaining weight, right? And this is just a medical thing I have. But when I'm just like, oh, you know, like, you look like this, you look like that. I think this resonates with everyone right now. Like, social media is so in our face that we're supposed to look a certain way. And we get into the mirror and we're like, you know, we see filters on people, right? And we're like, oh, I don't like my pores. I don't like these fine lines. I don't like this. It's like looking in the mirror and it's like, I love this about myself. And you start to feel it. And manifestation is a thought with an emotion tied to it. When you connect your thoughts with emotions, you literally feel it and you put off this vibe, like this vibration, and you start attracting those things that align with that vibration. And I'm not great like explaining at this, but Dr. Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. You're into this stuff?
No, I'm all about Jordan Peterson right now.
Okay, so we're gonna swap. I haven't heard of Jordan Peterson.
Really?
No, I have not.
Oh my God. Okay, you go
She'll
first.
probably like that book you're reading.
Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. So he was training for a triathlon, which is something that y'all talk about a lot. Something I do not resonate with. I wouldn't even run if someone was
My vibration
me.
ain't going that way.
I'm not vibing
I don't vibe with that, okay? I'd just rather save my energy and just whoop their ass. But no, so he was training for a triathlon, and long story short, he got in a horrific accident, and he became paralyzed. And through thought, emotion, and intention, he healed himself. Like, it's just...
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's really dark. I'm not
He can walk now?
Yeah, he's a full functioning human being.
So he was fully paralyzed. And how long did this process take?
You know, you got to read his story. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'm more sucked into his philosophy of the way he thinks than I am about his story, to be honest, because his story is hard for me to wrap my head around. Just because I have a brother-in-law that's a quadriplegic, and he's paralyzed from the neck down. So I'm like, he's never gonna, you know, I can't, I'm not at that level that I can believe in something as extreme as that. But his philosophy of like, it aligns with The Secret, and that's what we talked about last time, that your thoughts create your emotions and your emotions create your reality, because it goes with your daily habits and your day. You know, if you're in a negative mindset, you're going to be, all your motor actions and how you address things and mentally address things and verbally and physically and emotionally is all going to be negative. So if you can do it, switch it and be positive, you know. Anyway, Dr. Joe Dispenza. So what was the other one? Jordan who?
Jordan Peterson, doctor.
Jordan
He's a
Peterson.
professor from Canada. He's created a lot of controversy around him because some of his thoughts on like equal rights for female. He has not like controversial thoughts, but you know, whenever he
those the pronouns and stuff was what made him
pronouns too,
lit him on fire.
It's a little bit of both, and they're all in his book, 12 Rules, like 12 Rules of Life or something like that in his book. It's a really good book. I'm like a quarter of the way through, and right now he's talking about.
So it's very impactful for you to only be quarter of the way through and feel.
Well, he's been on a bunch of podcasts that I listened to before.
Okay.
So I've listened to him for about a year now on podcast and little clips on social media. But there was controversy because his thoughts on, equal rights for women sometimes. I forget how it's actually worded, but they'll ask him questions like, "Well, how come you don't think women need to have a forced or why do you think forced equalism is bad in the workplace?" And he's like, "Well, why don't you think we need to be forcing this equalism for bricklayers too? 99% of men or 99% of bricklayers are all male. How come you don't want equal rights in that field? Why is it only a certain field?" So he talks like stuff like that, and a lot of people don't like that about him. And there's other pronouns and stuff that
I like that. That resonates.
Yeah, so he obviously is a lot more eloquent than I butchered it.
And he's like was big on philosophy, so it's like how you think about things. So he challenges how people think about things. And
he's
so
really smart dude. I'll send you some videos.
Yeah, for sure. Please
but
do that.
Right now, the part of the book is talking about living your life between order and chaos. So like chaos can be anything. Like it can be like you said, like late.
You saw my house right now.
Yeah, anything like that, right? Chaos can be any form of
congestion's real.
Yeah, no, that's chaos.
Geatric.
That's chaos.
Nice highlights.
I've worked many years on them.
For you.
Do it again.
Oh,
I love that.
It was the you for me.
For you, for me.
You moved it too much though.
I was gonna mention
attitude.
I was gonna mention we had a guest, Kayla. We need to be able to say her last name.
It's
Can you say it? Malthrop?
Malthrop.
She was big on mindset. She motivated us quite a bit, and she worked with another guest that we had named Chris Roglowski. I think you might know her, and she was talking very different after this mindset coaching. But she mentioned this little thing that kind of stuck with me when she came to the podcast. Before getting out of her car, she made an intention, like sat there and thought about how she was going to be, or how she's going to get out of the car, how she's going to present herself, that she was going to be positive and think, getting out of the car rather than just throwing the door open, coming in and doing whatever happens. So she does that, and she mentioned a bunch of things in the podcast that just being intentional, like thinking about the situation. Maybe you have a meeting, or like the things you're saying, waking up in the morning and just being negative towards all this, rather than saying, oh, I get to do this, and thinking about, quadriplegic people that can't do it. And you're like, well, I get to do this. I get to be mobile. I get to do these things. That's what always kind of brings me back.
Instead of I have to, I get
to. Yeah.
You saying that she sat there and was intentional about, man, that resonates with me right now. Cool. Not that I do it. I don't do it. But I'm always on the go, I carry a backpack of, I got this. I don't need anyone's help. And, just taking, what would it take her 2 minutes less? Just to, man.
That's your discretion too.
What a difference.
Whatever time, what
a difference.
Before a beer trim, sit there and be thinking it out.
How do I need to be? But not for my work self. I put way more, if you looked at my life at percentage, it's 80% work, 20% me.
Yeah.
And unfortunately it's 10% me, 10% mom, or 18% mom, 2% me. Different.
Let me add this up. Hold on.
You
Wait,
need
150%.
He's the numbers guy. Leave
No.
it to him.
You need to like dedicate days like for yourself or hours to
Yeah,
go do stuff
I'm trying
outside of
to.
mom. That reminds me of my wife. My
I'm
wife,
doing that this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
she's gonna get plastered drunk.
We actually are working through this
Starting
now.
now.
We're actually working through this now because we did the same for work. We would put all of our being in work. We get home, we don't do shit because we've used all our energy on work. So now we're trying to find a way to put more into ourselves, more into our hobbies, more into his family, more into my relationship. And saying that, you know, I'm putting too much towards work. Like, there's a spectrum you can put in. You got to keep your head above water, and you want to perform, but you don't have to put everything you have into it.
Yeah.
Because life's way bigger than going to work every day. I mean, I've gotten to the point where it's like I'm waking up every morning out of bed and it's the same fucking shit. Yeah. And it's like it's getting to the point where I'm like,
you feel like it's Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day for sure. So some days, you know, I come home and I've been changing it up. I've been doing things for me, doing things for my relationship, and taking a little step back from work because it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna just quit or something. So I have to
That's extreme.
It's like the whole thing that you were saying, like you have to give up something big to get another thing. It's like, so I don't want to do that. I know my best interest is to keep going. So I need to shift the weight and balance out my life a little more.
I remember a conversation that we had a year ago.
Oh.
When I was talking about y'all's podcast, how it's going to be big and you have to believe in it and really ingest yourself into it. And you're like, you know, our boss is listening to this, or
I hope they're listening.
You know, like you do have to lose something of not necessarily your job. I don't know what that looks like for you. You know, only you know what that looks like for you. But you do have to lose something of equal value in order to propel yourself into the unknown. You know, like what is that song from? Like Into the Unknown, you know?
Yeah, Frozen.
Y'all have,
yeah.
Frozen too.
We were just singing it last night too.
John told
my
me
daughter was too at her choir concert. She was singing her little heart out. But
I love that song.
Into the unknown, you know? Like we don't know what lies ahead of us, but we do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And how she says there's a whispering, like there's like intuition is driving you towards the unknown, but you don't want to take the leap. Like
your intuition is never wrong. Oh my God.
That's so scary.
It is so scary.
Yeah. I've been telling Mike there's something more that we should be doing other than Dow or work in general. I don't know what it is. Like, and I think I
just got full body chills. You're making my leg hurt.
I think, let me see. Let me see. And I think
it's this bush.
But it's hard because, you know, I have a family. I got to raise my family. But I know with my being, there's something more that I'm supposed to be doing.
I resonate with that so much.
Other than just work. Other than not just work. Like I want to put my passion towards something that I want. And it's not work. I don't know what it is yet.
Being a barber allows me to be impactful. People show up, you know, for all the events in their life. And I feel that what you're saying right now, I genuinely feel that. I've always believed that I'm different than I think differently than a lot of people. And I haven't ever shared that with people until I read The Secret. And I was like, you know what? What service would I be doing to the community if I kept it all to myself? You know, I say this to people, and then, you know, God bless Starla, she says, you know, this Meganese. And, you know, it's just, what service would it be if y'all kept this to yourselves? If you didn't connect with people on this level, you know, for you to expose these layers on a social platform takes real balls to do that. And y'all believe in what you're doing, and I really resonate with that so much. Y'all have something, you obviously think on a deeper level because we have that connection where it's just like, oh, I know I've been reading so-and-so and you tell me about Jordan and then I just know you to be such a opening, welcoming person. And
you want to put the fingers between the fingers?
I love that for you. Yeah. I genuinely mean
I love that for you.
But y'all are just peeling back these layers that I feel like we're entering a new world as a collective, that COVID made us all slow down and think about what's important. And and then y'all started your podcast like immediately after. Like, that wasn't on accident. You know what I mean?
I think it was.
You think it was initially, but look at how many episodes y'all have come out with. That all took intention.
Yeah. That is funny. It is very intentional, and it's crazy we've done it for so long. Like, we're looking at 100 right now, and we aren't even at 80. And it's funny, we keep going, but there's a lot of variables. He has kids, and he's up and down sometimes. And I travel.
You have life surrounding it, and so you're committed to this because you've put out over 80 podcasts. Like, that's amazing.
It is pretty.
There's only 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah, we made it like it was a.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I got that wrong.
Hey, Siri.
Technology, I love it.
Yeah.
So, like, that took serious intention. You had to navigate through life and produce. Like, it's not just sitting down and talking. You also have to edit it, and you also have to. There's so much work that goes into it.
She fucking gets it.
Yeah, she gets the edit.
I don't get it. I wouldn't know how to fucking start, but I get the work that it puts in to. I'm hoping that someone who listens to any episode, it reaches them on some level, and I don't know what it looks like sitting in y'all's position, but I know what it feels like to want to impact people.
Everyone has something that they love to do, right? And a hobby or a passion, and this is definitely my passion. It sucks editing, I promise you. It's the worst thing in the world. But you know what?
I can only imagine.
It sucks a lot. I don't know
how to work my iPhone.
It's still 1,000% better than the best thing that happens at work. Okay? Does that make sense? Like,
absolutely.
I don't look forward to editing, and we don't get paid from this. But it's so fun. You know what I mean? It feels like this is what we're supposed to be doing. Something like interacting with people like yourself. You're so raw, and you teach us stuff, and it's just genuine. You're a genuine person, and that's who we like. We want to be around those type of people.
I love that for me.
I love that for you.
I was noticing too. It's like, we have it's to just come out here and do this. You're like a business owner. Every moment of your time, you need to be making money, and we're like, we have a consistency because we're at like a corporation, but to take time out of your day to come and talk with us when every moment counts because you're a business owner, it's even more respectful that you take time out of your day to come talk to us.
And I love that for you.
And we love that.
I love that for me too, to be honest.
We need to all wear the same outfit next time.
I got this on Shein. I think I can order it in everyone's size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife loves Shein.
He shaves his legs too, so I would keep him hairy.
Anyways.
Don't
look at my legs.
Look down there.
I'm a busy woman, okay?
Are you... Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't know.
Are you into... so one of the big things... So Mike has talked about him being... putting more effort towards the relationship and this personal thing. And I think this is the same thing I'm doing too, but being like actually present in the moment. Not thinking about... Not putting thought or emotions into the past or even the future as much as... Because I'm very much do that. I'm very much of a... I'm doing this now, but I'm also thinking about I need to pick up the kids at 3:30, and then I gotta. And then when I'm with my kids, I'm like, okay, as soon as they go to bed at 7:30, I'm gonna start editing the podcast.
You put your kids to bed at 7:30.
Yeah, they go to bed.
Teach me your ways.
It's just since they were born, not my older kids, but the twins.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's great for you. I love that for you.
I love that. Are you that kind of person? Are you very much in the present moment, or do you kind of flip flop around?
I flip flop.
Yeah, I'm loving this. Like, it's been a week since I've been doing it. Like, intentional.
I think us having this conversation, I am present right now.
Yeah.
I have moments. So another thing that the same person who taught me about letting go of, equal value, taught me that I just noticed you're barefoot. I love this right now.
I love this for you.
We're getting real lovey-dovey. If you didn't know any better, we were high as a kite.
It's my new saying as like the last few months.
Yeah.
As of the moment I walked through the door.
You're grounding. Like, this is just raw and real.
Liver King.
Like,
that's what I'm trying to be.
Yeah, just connecting. You feel the texture of the rug under your... Anyways, squirrel.
Where?
See, I'm not always present.
That actually is an example of present.
Yeah.
That's so present that it...
You're so present right now.
It was too present.
Jeez.
Trying. So I think it's, you're talking about being present and stuff. So it just popped in my head what he said is that I'm gonna butcher this. I'm not going to butcher this. Words are important. I'm not gonna butcher this. Let me think on it.
You're going to finally slaughter this. Slaughter, is that a good one?
Or?
No. I'm going to do the best I can at replicating what he said. Is that repeat what you said one more time and it'll come back to me.
Like being present in the moment and not thinking about what you have to do in the next hour. Like if I'm spending time with my kids, I'm actually really spending time with my kids. I'm not there physically, but mentally somewhere else. Is that what you were?
You were saying someone taught you how to be this way. And so it's just, he's the same person that taught me to sit with 30 minutes with my daughter, and just listen without overreacting. And, and y'all were talking about how we all have something that we're good at. Like I was telling you about your kids, they all have something that they're good at and you should highlight those things, instead of you're my favorite. It's like you're the weirdest one and just,
You're my least favorite.
You're the most creative and it could be that, but spin it into a positive way.
Everybody's the least funny, least favorite, and then Lena's the best.
Yeah, Lena, I love you.
But they all have titles.
Yeah.
Taking things as they come. You know what I mean? I think when you're present, when they come to you, you can process them on a present perspective. And when things arise, instead of overreacting, we just take it as face value and process it as what it is. If I think this way, it's going to go down this path. And if I think this way, then I can spin it into something positive. There's so much ugliness in the world going on right now. There's no denying that. But we also don't have control over those things. And we only have control over our immediate. And if it just takes, her slowing down the 2 minutes in her vehicle and before she opens her door and to come in here and do this podcast, just being intentional, envisioning how it's going to go and things like that. When things arise and things come up to us, we just be present with it, sit with it for a minute before we react, because it's not how we react, it's how we respond. And how are we going to respond in a way that's going to benefit us, that's going to benefit the people that we love, benefit who we are as people and the intention that we want to have on people and the intention that we want to put out into everything that we do, whether it's picking up our kids at 3:30 or it's being intentional not wearing shoes, being present, being intentional, I think go hand in hand. It's like being present and then being intentional follows right suit of that.
I think it's romantic talking about it too. Like I'm gonna apply this tomorrow or whatever. But if you actually take the time to do it, you'll start to realize that the things that you think are really important aren't as important, and the things that you're putting to the side are really important. So like going into a meeting to think about this, it's like when you start that, you're like, oh, breathing's important, food, my family. You go into this meeting, you're like, everybody has these same values too. And when you know that everybody's just human, and you go into this important meeting, you go in there with a sense of just, you're relaxed, because it's like, you know, everybody has other priorities, and it's not all about this meeting. And if you can take that time to think about the grand scheme and what that actual situation entails, you lose all the anxiety that comes with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about it as a whole. Who's in the meeting? Do they have kids? Or like, what's going on afterward? You know, like if you can really like kind of dissect it, I think it would take a lot of that anxiety you get from like thinking that this is the biggest thing in the world.
Then you're not paying attention in the meeting, though.
You're back to it. You're like, what kind of meeting is it? Is this budget we're talking about?
It's something that I've been working on. I told Mike this. I've been waking up, or when I wake up, not to grab my phone and look and lay there in the bed for like 10 minutes and look at my phone. So as soon as the alarm goes off, I just get up out of bed.
Love that for you, genuinely.
And then I do a lot, and then I read, and then I do allow myself an hour before I even go to social media. I did it this entire week. It was hard. This morning, I looked at my phone, and then I laid in bed for 10 minutes, and then I kind of beat myself up mentally about it. And I was like, well, it's okay. But I guess I was saying that because I go in roller coasters, and I think it's okay to go in roller coasters, because I'm not going to be like, I'm not the same.
Back to me.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
What he said is, you said it goes in roller coasters, and okay, life is about contentment and moments of happiness. Anyways, carry on.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is like, I shouldn't beat myself up for it.
No, like it's continuously forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
Because we're human.
Yeah.
Like we're going to react in ways that no longer serve us, right? Like you picking up that phone, it's just, you know that the 7 days that you put into not picking up your phone for the first hour where you used your energy in other areas that better served you than it was to comparing yourself on social media or whatever it is that you're doing on your phone. I can't speak for you.
Porn.
Nudes.
Yeah.
Man, this is the second time y'all brought up porn. I'm so interested to see what your algorithm looks like.
I'm usually the one bringing up porn.
You should look at it.
Like I'm in this whole new phase of my life that I just want to know all the things.
I'll show you later.
Okay,
but yeah, so back to the roller coaster thing. I'm accepting the fact that I'm like, not just myself, but people are not going to be the same people all the time. So I used to stress about, I need to be always constant this person all the time. You know what I mean? And I need to like,
exhausting.
Yeah, no, it is. And then I would get stressed out about not being that person, and then pissed off at myself, and then I would be annoyed at other people for doing stuff, when it really is just because I'm not accepting that sometimes I'm gonna be in a bad mood. You know what I mean? And it's okay. And I've like kind of like this is not me saying it. This is like reading the book and like applying it. But
Is that Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
Well, it goes back to chaos and order.
Yeah.
It's not good to be one thing all the time.
And I'm order all the time.
He's order all the time, but to be able to, you know, he doesn't drink ever, but he went on some networking thing and then ended up drinking, and then really had a good time and did a good job and let loose.
Had everybody laughing. Everybody laughing.
And just like me, you know, I started doing intermittent fasting, and I'm like,
Do you want some?
No.
And I'm losing weight, but it's also cool to like be able to tell yourself no and actually do it, but then also say, you know, fuck it every once in a while. It's not just one way.
So
balance.
What you're saying right now was what was kind of going through my head when he was talking. Like you talked about losing weight or whatever. Like I say whatever because I'm not on that journey at the moment.
Yeah, that dumb thing.
I just got back on. It's hard.
That's what she said.
I'm new here. Like I've always been, you know. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that.
What? Talk about it.
So.
I love that for you.
You said I can say pass.
Pass is the safe word.
Pass.
So, as I cover myself. But what you're saying is what Jordan that you read from the book is that it's okay to fall back sometimes. And, you know, when people start new habits, I think, you know, we have like, man, I'm going to be this person, this person, this person. And we start it and we're great for 7 days. And then we fall back and it's like, we get so upset at ourselves for falling back and falling out of order that we never start again.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like when you start again, you learn this new layer of yourself. And then when you fall back again, you're learning another layer and another layer. And it's just like, it's okay to, just like it's okay to start, to fall back, it's okay to start again. And that, I needed to hear that today. Thank you for that.
It's like what movies are made of, right? Like when, like the traditional high school movies where like the parents are just really strict on the kid, and then they finally go to this party and it just opens their world up, right? And they become this.
What he's like with his first beer.
Yeah, they become. They find out who they are. Like when people go to college, they find out who they are, but then they come back to order. But then there's chaos. I mean. You're really helping me out there. With
here's balance.
Give me an
Life
excuse.
is about balance.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's the mind fuck though. So I'm 100%. I believe in this order of chaos thing now because I live too far in order where I think things have to be a certain way or I have to act a certain way, and then it doesn't. Chaos can also be fun a little bit. You need some chaos, but here's the mind fuck. So I know that I need to have 1 foot in chaos and 1 foot in order to really live a fulfilled life and be present and all that stuff, right? But then I'll see like a video of Michael Jordan or something, someone talking about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and they're just like relentless pursuit of practice, and they like you don't become great, whatever great is, what great barber, you don't become a great barber by cutting hair once a week, right? You don't become
practice.
You practice, and you have to practice more than everybody else. And then so I think about that and I'm like, well, that's fucking order. Right?
Sorry.
I think y'all's consistency in putting out podcasts is fucking order.
That's order. But that's my mind fuck where I'm like, well, fuck. Okay, if I want to live in order and chaos, that's Mike says drinking. So I don't like to drink because then I'm not, if I open the door to drinking, that door will lead to eating food that I don't want to eat because it makes me feel fat and bloated. So
is chaos, keeping on the Michael Jordan thing, just because I know what you're talking about, because I use this with my daughter all the time. You know, he obviously didn't make his high school basketball team, and you know, but he put in so much more practice than everyone else, right? Do you think that his order was consistent practice, but do you think that his chaos was not at the same time every day? No, I think his chaos would have been not practicing or losing a game or something. He was so far in order that everything else in his life was like people didn't like being around him because of his order. But
the chaos of Michael Jordan is he was a crazy gambler. Oh. That's his chaos.
Yeah, he liked
a layer I didn't know.
To the point where I really think this is true. There's a book on it that he gambled so much, and he gambled.
Was this after he became famous?
No. While he's famous, he like when he was getting the NBA money. You could talk to the people he plays golf with. Like they've won so much money off Michael Jordan, like millions of dollars. But they would say he'd be in the casino on playoff days, like
the game, like
the day before,
the night before. Yeah.
But the huge conspiracy about Michael Jordan is that he went to baseball because it was a PR thing where he was so he had such a gambling problem that. This is a conspiracy, but I want to hear this. His dad passed away because the bookies killed his dad.
Because the bookies?
The bookies, because he didn't pay up because of a bet that he lost.
How did his dad pass?
I don't know. I need to go look at this.
We need to look at it. But then Kobe, cheated on his wife. There's chaos there. So they have chaos, but they put order in the right spot.
Perfect.
No
human is perfect.
No, it's perfect, but that's their chaos. Is that he has a
their
gambling thing, so
imperfection.
that's what brings him into chaos and gives him balance. So he's not in order all the time,
Right.
and Kobe's not in order all the time. But where he does,
This took a left turn I never knew.
yeah. But what he's passionate about, he puts all the order in. But
Right.
he has another side that he's able to balance. He's not at home being the perfect dad.
Yeah.
I hate to talk like this because he passed away, but I mean there is chaos, was chaos in his life, and there was chaos in Michael Jordan's life where he was at the casino all the time, and it's not a bad thing, but it is something that's out of order. The unknown of gambling, not knowing if you're gonna win or not.
Yeah.
The excitement,
But I look at my life, my order, I'm not like Michael Jordan almost, but not really.
Close.
So my order in
You're almost
chaos
there.
is
Keep going, Speedy.
I need to drink. I need to be able to drink or take my family out to be able to have a little bit of fun, right? But I don't want to because I want to feel a certain way all the time, and I want to feel healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker.
Just a drink.
She's like, I'm just not
But right now,
that good.
do I sound like that?
No, not at all.
So that resonates with me, but I do like feeling the edge taken off.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're present, like he was saying, you're going into this meeting where, everyone has all this other stuff that's going on and stuff. It's that euphoria, that feeling that we're chasing. And I think that alcohol just brings it out in us, or marijuana for some people, or, it looks different for different people. But I think that's that feeling that we're chasing. But that feeling is in us if we just let go of the pressure, and it's the chaos and the order, right? If we just let go of that and just see it as face value and just be present with it and like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like the core things that are important to you, your health and your happiness. And, it's like, everything's good, Like, I think that's what we're chasing. And I think what Michael Jordan may have been chasing is all that gambling is like the fucking high from gambling. I can only imagine that the thrill that would give him. Because if you look at all these like celebrities and people who are in sports and all that they don't feel that thrill anymore, because that's their life. That's, but when he gambled, I'm sure that he got that like rush again. And that may have been what he was chasing. It's just that rush. So that's how people fall into drinking too much or, whatever. So it's good to use it as a tool, I think.
Yeah.
It's okay that when you go out with your family that you have to have a drink to have a good time or whatever. When you go out to these networking events, it takes the edge off. Like drinking this champagne is really making me very relaxed right now. You were intentional with that, I bet, because she was a nervous wreck last time. Let's give her some champagne.
I thought we drank last time too.
I drink water.
We probably
Boring.
weren't drinking during the time because we do it if we think that someone will be into it. But I think your episode was so early that we didn't introduce it.
Well, I'm here for it.
I'm vibing.
But I think it's just you waking up and grabbing your phone. I think it's just being okay with it.
Yeah. But then being able to not do it the next day.
Yeah, but it's just not beating yourself up.
Yeah.
For making the decision. Like I didn't put the clothes in the washer into the dryer today.
I can't believe you.
I know. I don't love
Stink,
that. I don't
stinky.
love that for me.
Pretty stinky.
But it's just like being okay. Like, Mitch, you did it again.
Fucking bitch.
It's when you put restrictions on you, it's actually freedom. You're actually getting freedom out of doing what you're saying you're going to do. That's freedom, but it seems like it's restriction.
But you're
doing what you're just the path of least resistance is like doing.
Do you ever talk yourself out of doing something?
Well, duh.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think it's just like shutting that person up. Just shut the fuck up.
Exactly, because you're going to do something no matter what. If you stop and say, I'm going to do it this way, it's freedom because you're doing what you want to do.
How you want to do it.
How you want to do it. Instead of listening to a little voice inside your head or going on the path of least resistance, say like, I don't know, food, sweets or whatever, you're saying you're not going to do it. So that's freedom when it seems like it's not.
Yeah.
It's
No,
there's a saying for it. I don't know what it is, but she probably does. She knows them all.
At the moment, no.
Is it on the back of your leg?
My legs are next.
Okay.
And then my throat.
Oh God. What is it gonna go? What blah, huh. What is gonna go on your throat?
Jeez.
What a wild turn.
Nice.
I want a heart that is a gemstone of my birthstone, which is an alexandrite.
What is that? Pink?
No, it's like purple and green. It's like purple and green
Oh my God.
and blue.
Holy cow!
You're blowing my mind right now.
It's meant to be.
Honestly, it's the way that, like, not this, obviously, but signs are in front of us all the time. Nothing's on accident. Like, anyway, that's another tangent. But, like, it is alexandrite and then roses.
Can you see yourself putting anything on your face?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
She comes back next year and she's just
You can't see
Lil
her
Wayne.
eyes.
Yeah, Lil
I got
Wayne.
teardrop.
I've seen people getting it on the roof of their mouth. I don't even know how they get the tool in there. They put an alien on top
That's
on
like
the
poison,
roof of their mouth.
right?
Well, they do it on the lip for sure because that
Yeah.
apparently it's supposed to heal quick, but there's some people with those tattoos that last like 10 years.
I like the lip one that says "fuck off."
Yeah, you got to get that.
Oh, that's a
No.
picture. Right?
You might
I
as
just like
well.
it.
You might as well. That has to
fun.
hurt, right?
I've had ulcers.
That's like
before.
tattooing a worm or something. A worm's a lot like a lip, isn't it? Just saying.
Are we still
How
talking
would
about
that
tattoos?
How would that taste?
I like ink.
Like shit.
I'd
Yeah.
imagine. I've never tasted shit, but I imagine.
You know when you go to the
You've
dentist?
had how many kids?
4.
And
Three.
poop never accidentally made it.
Got on me,
Not
but
for
not,
me
not
personally.
in me.
That's
Ugh.
good.
We
I
still
love
talking about?
Are we still talking about ink?
Y'all been to the dentist and get like a lot of work done, and then all that shit's going down your throat?
No, because they got the suction.
Yeah, they don't get everything. You still taste like
Mm-hmm.
whatever the hell is going down your throat.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm always regretting it. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
When's the last time you
Is
went?
this
Is
gonna?
there not a better way
Yeah.
than just a
Is
tube
this
that?
healthy?
Yeah,
What service is
like
this
they're
doing? Don't worry
putting
about
the
it.
shots right, and then like the composite stuff. There's
Mm.
like construction going on in your mouth,
When's
and
the last time you went to the
there's some
dentist?
shit going
I feel
on
like
there.
this
Sounds
is
like you just
recent.
went. Yeah.
Yeah. like
I
you're
was just
still
thinking about it
traumatized
because
by
I was
it.
like gonna set up another appointment. I have some metal in my mouth still, and I want to make it composite.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, I think metal in your mouth has been proven to cause mental
toxins into your body.
issues. Yeah, like
Ooh, I
I think it has mercury in it, doesn't it?
I have a permanent retainer. That may be why I'm crazy.
I'll get it out. I have some tools.
down.
Let's
Except
do it on the podcast.
I've
I don't
been
know if
in
I
there
do.
about 20 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be in your mouth though.
Said it was
The bottom one?
permanent
Yeah.
forever.
She just hits her teeth.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
It's a retainer.
I like it.
That's a returner.
That's why I have a little lisp.
I cut beards.
So you guys
So,
gives me a lisp. Mm-hmm.
where's the shop going?
For sure.
You don't have to tell us.
Less than a half a mile from where I currently am.
Okay, so
Oh, geez.
it's gonna be in Angleton.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a demo of the
county
existing one.
seat.
You kind of have to now, huh?
Kind of have to.
For now, unless you
But
make
it's
another.
a beautiful piece of property. There is oak trees that outline the property, like large oak trees. It's beautiful. It's on a corner lot, and it's half an acre. Quarter of the acre is going to be our 35 by 85 foot building, and then the other part is a food truck park. How cool!
You're gonna have a
is
vibe over
that?
there.
Had me at food
Whole
truck.
ass vibe. I just want a place for the community to just use it as a network. You know, all walks of life walk through that place. I just really want it to be bigger than me.
It can. If you have enough land, man, you can make a.
It is words of intention. It is going to be bigger than me.
Make a drive-through theater over there too.
I thought about that. You know where I thought would be a great place is right next to Shady's.
Yeah.
That open lot over there.
Someone needs to do
One
something
of our
with
clients
Shady's.
just bought out Shady's.
Oh, really?
It's coming, yeah. He wants to turn the inside of it into the shop that I have now.
Is that on 35?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking of the right spot.
Bro, you really don't live life.
I really
man.
don't drink.
He lives in Angleton.
They serve water and soda. They have good food.
I don't drink soda.
Great water there.
I don't
Do
drink.
they? It's Angleton.
Yeah, I don't drink Angleton water. I drink spring water.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Sprite. I'm like,
No. Well, Megan, you are amazing. And
y'all are amazing.
we love having you on.
This is honestly one of my favorite things to do. When y'all
Really?
asked me to do it again, I was like, yes, I'm cool.
I saw her in Giovanni's.
I'm
And I
going
was
to
like-
Giovanni's tonight.
Giovanni's is a hidden gem that I don't think people talk about enough.
Right. It's underrated for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
I love it.
it's a thing like that's.
I love how old it
That's
feels.
what you could be. You could be at Giovanni's. You got to be more, but Giovanni's is like you can't find Giovanni's in Pearland.
No,
You can't find it. You can find it in Houston, but
it's old. Like it has that just sense of it
Yeah.
just feels like you're having dinner with family, even though you don't know all these people. It feels like you're having dinner with family.
Kelly didn't like it. I think she got something bad there, though. I tried to convince her to go get something else.
try again.
I drink
Yeah.
there.
I thought you didn't drink at all.
I'm going to drink tonight.
And tomorrow.
And the next day.
I think I just choose when I want to drink. I think that's it.
Yeah. Words of manifestation.
Intentional.
Yeah, and you know,
Either or.
I feel like I could do it tonight. Yeah, for sure. I was going out to celebrate.
For sure.
Well, Megan,
I love it here. Thank you for having me.
I love it here.
how
We love it here.
How can people follow you on your social media is doing pretty well too, isn't it?
Thank you, Amber, for taking over our county seat social media. She's really good at it, and I think, you know, like I was telling you about your kids, I found something. They're my kids. Finding something in them. So we do the County Seat Barbers on Facebook. We also have our own app now. We have our own website.
Wow.
We have our very own app. You can find it on any app store where you can see all of our availability and the services that we offer. And I'm personally not really on social media. I like to keep up with people that I care about on social media, but I took a step back. I think that it just didn't serve me any purpose right now. I think when we revisit in another year, I'm speaking that into existence, that I will be more present on social media just because I want to reach more people. So for the shop, if you want to just keep up with the shop, it's through the County Seat Barbers. Anything that you look up, we're really easy to find. We have a really good reputation that I'm very proud about. So if you just ever want to keep up with us, just come into the shop too. You'll see what we're about and the vibe that we offer. We welcome anyone in with open arms, your friends and family, when you walk in that door. So
Awesome. We had fun, Megan. We love you.
I love this so much.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah. Promise?
Promise.
Pinky promise?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. It's done deal.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.